Hello, 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 and welcome to the pre-show of I'm Right, I'm Right. I am happy that you're here, if you're here, but if you're watching this in replay, you can fast forward past this portion and get right into the show. We have about 4 minutes and 10 seconds for the show to go live, and there you'll be able to see Jill and I and hear us and interact with us if that's what you wish to do. Now, also, you can watch this show from JillCoxCordova.com and click the podcast tab, or you can watch on Facebook and YouTube. And by the time we get into the show, there will be a link where you can just get right into the show. If you want to speak within the show and you want to be seen and heard, there'll be a link there that you can use to get right into the show. But if you just wish to make comments, you can do that from Facebook, and you should be able to do it from YouTube now, but we're not absolutely positively sure on that. So we've got about 3 minutes and 4 seconds, and we'll be right into the show. So please stand by. All right, we have approximately 2 minutes until we go live right here. And I'm hoping that there's a lot of you here this evening. And please make comments. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please make comments. And also, please, if you feel comfortable with being on video and being in the show and making comments, please do, because it makes for a much better show when we have interaction with the audience. So please help us out, because this is our show and your show, and let your voice be heard. So we've got about 1 minute and 7 seconds, and we'll be right into the show. So please stand by. We have about 30 seconds, and the show will start. And do remember, if you're watching in replay, you can fast forward right to the beginning of the show. So we have a few more seconds, 10 seconds, and we'll be right here with you. Hey, we got it! Woo-hoo! Look at that!
It only took 7 years. Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm Right.
But I'm really right. And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
Right. And I'm Anthony Cordova.
Welcome, 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 everyone.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Jill, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Since dinner?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
It seems like an eternity to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes. But, that's because I love you and I
love
miss you when I'm not around you.
I love you too, and I miss you too.
All right. Well.
Aren't we all lovey-dovey today?
Yeah. What's going on today? What's happening? What's happening? What's the deal?
I feel like, we have things that we want to talk about before we get to today's topic.
We do.
For example, let's tell everybody what we did on Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday.
Do you remember? Because you are the I forgot guy. Remember that far back?
Yes, I do remember what we did. We conducted a workshop.
Yes, we conducted a workshop, which is something you said you would never do.
I did not.
Never say never.
I didn't say I would never do a workshop. I said I would never be a teacher.
Same thing.
Not quite.
Teachers conduct workshops.
Not like in a classroom, like I teach a class every day or something like that.
Well, I've always said that I don't need a classroom to teach.
Well, this is true.
And what workshop did we do?
I don't know, Jill. What was it? It was
using how to use poetry as a tool to advance social change.
Yeah, that was it.
And we did it for the national conference of the National Federation of State Poetry Societies. Thanks to Lucinda Clark.
Oh yes, we should make her our agent.
Well, I was going to say, Lucinda, if you're listening, you should.
Lucinda should be.
You should be an agent. That could be your side gig because you're really, really good at it. So she booked us, and it was just. I kept telling her it was one of the most organized national conferences I've ever been a part of. And the participants in this, we were a little nervous because, we were talking to strangers about social justice and how to use their poetry as activists, everyday activists. But they came to play.
Yes, yes, they did.
So if any of you are listening who were in that room that day, shout out to you because you all brought it. You brought it. It was a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yes,
and so
we love interaction.
We did. It was we built it as highly interactive, and I guess everybody paid attention because they had lots to say, which was wonderful. But on a serious note, that was wonderful. But seriously, we want to thank everyone for participating.
Absolutely.
And my takeaway from it, what I learned is that there are many, many everyday activists out there who are writers.
Absolutely. So for those of you that thought maybe my poetry wouldn't add up to anything, it got us a gig.
It did. A paid gig. Yay for us. Yay for us.
Hey, but I think we have to say hello to a couple of people in the audience.
We do. First of all, we want to say hello to Dave and Sam who have called us. It's okay that you're calling us the second best married couple, but that's okay.
Hi,
y'all. We love you all. So we'll take that. We'll accept that. And then hello, Ronaldo and Connie. I assume Connie's with you. So hello.
Hello. Hey, y'all.
Yay. We got people.
We got people here. And the people that, I'm told that sometimes people are like hiding, like.
That was your other show. They don't hide on this show. That was your other show.
I think
you scared them on the other show.
I think they hide here also.
You think so?
They do. Yes.
I don't think they do.
I think so. But we love it when when we know you're in the audience, because a lot of times we can't tell now if you're in the audience unless you say something or
write
show
something.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So what are we doing this evening, Jill?
Okay, so tonight's topic is about when you know that it's time to pursue a better life. It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
Stand by your stance. Wow, that segment has been around for a long time.
since the beginning.
Like
That one
7
did not
years.
change. We've had that one since
Only
the,
we have graphics now. We
Yes.
have graphics.
Yes, that's
which
right.
is cool. So,
right.
what's up, Jill? So what's
Well,
your stance on
Well,
this?
first of all, I am the kind of person that I'm always wanting to have a live a better life. I always want to make things better for myself and the people I love around me. Right? So I I believe that it's time to make my life even better because I feel like at this time in my life I need to do less but make more money. That's it. That's what I think.
Hey, I'm down for that.
You're down for that?
More money.
More money, less work.
More money. So yes, I'm really down for that. But it's not only about money.
No, not at all.
Really getting at how do you know when it's time to try to create a better lifestyle, so a better way to live your life, because we all get on that, that little hamster wheel. We get on that hamster wheel and we're trying to do everything we can to, make money and keep our family together and our household together and all of that, and we just go. All of us tend to do that. Most of us in this country tend to do that. So how do we know when, hey, it's time for a change?
Well, I think, well, for me, the dead giveaway is when I get sick. That means I'm stressed. Oh, you took us to black.
We went black for a moment, blackity black, but we're back. So,
So
yeah.
for me, it's when I get so stressed, my body is the first thing that lets me know that I'm really stressed. And so when it gets to that point, it's like, why live where I'm stressed every day? Why live that way? I shouldn't.
Yeah, now, as many of you know, Jill and I wanted to move to the beach.
Still do. That hasn't
And
changed.
and it has not happened yet for many different reasons. We have finances and jobs and all of that. All of these different reasons why we have not moved to the beach. But is the beach the only place where we can have a better lifestyle? We've talked to friends of ours about like moving to the country, like
Well,
out in
you've
the
been saying that to
sticks.
me for years.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
than years. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know how far back. It's been that long. You've been talking to me about that. And
Yeah.
I'm a city girl, I think. Even
But
though I
you
grew
grew
up
up in a
I know I
national
grew up in a
park.
national park and I grew up in, the rural South, but I think I'm really a city girl at heart. However, when we were last speaking about it to a couple that had done that, they have a farm, and are living a much simpler life.
Yes.
That was enticing to me. I was like, like, huh, you know. So
Yeah.
there are some pros to that, but I still need, like a grocery store nearby and
Yeah, I
Wi-Fi, like
I
really good Wi-Fi.
well, I understand that, Jill. I do understand it, and I've always lived in close to a city, and but the thing is that now where we live, everything is changing. I mean, the cost of living keeps going up. Crime is going up. Uh, noise pollution here is
Yeah,
up.
it's
We hear.
amazing. Sometimes you and I can be in our bedroom and we'll hear sirens as though it's like right outside of
Yeah.
our
So
door, and it's actually on the interstate.
so we hear sirens, we hear helicopters because if there's an accident on the
Accident or
interstate,
traffic
then
or
yeah, there's
or a
helicopters
murder.
and yeah, they found. We shouldn't say that they found a body about real close to where we
They
live.
did. They did, and
Um,
that was really scary.
uh, but we live in a low crime area, which is, but
Well,
we
I
found a
think
body. but but we're just thinking about, maybe there is a better way
I
with
do
it.
believe there's a better way. I can't quite put my finger on where that is for us.
Mm,
I mean, if it's not this area, because we still, want to be close to family.
yeah,
We don't want to be
that's
so far away that, we can't get
and
back to
yeah,
family.
that's the other thing. But then see, we also kind of want to be close to a city, not in the city, but close
Yes,
to
even
a
though I said
city.
I'm a city girl, I don't have to live in the city, but close enough to where I can go into it for
Yeah.
different things.
I wonder if the audience has any suggestions on,
Where we should go?
yeah, yeah. And remember, we're in Metro Atlanta, so we're probably going to stay somewhere in the East Coast,
Probably.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless we can, convince people to go to Hawaii with us.
we'll have to move everybody to Hawaii. Beautiful
So
place.
yes,
That's
if
such
you
a
if you
beautiful.
all have places, recommendations of where it fits for both of us, me
Yeah,
needing great Wi-Fi and grocery stores nearby,
great
and
Wi-Fi. Yes,
things to go to like a movie or something
yes. Or
nearby.
the theater.
The
We need to
theater,
go to
yes,
the
I do like
theater.
the theater.
Yes.
And concerts, I like those too, even though we haven't been for a while.
No,
Yeah, Sheila, I think was the last concert we went to,
that
and
was
that
in
was
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Yeah,
and
we
that
were,
was
we were
Hawaii.
in Hawaii. Yes.
So if you have, but also, Tony, you want something, the simpler life, I guess, in the country.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to be concerned about bills and the cost of living just all of a sudden just doubles, or
Right.
well, property taxes double and all of this, and it's just getting more and more difficult to live here.
It is.
Yeah.
It's costing more and more.
Yep.
Okay, well, so if you all have any recommendations of what would work for both of us, oh, and we would, so if we're adding to the list, I'd also like some water feature. It could
Oh
be,
yeah, we need water.
preferably the ocean, but it could be
A lake.
a nice lake
Yeah.
and not a, like, there's a house up the street from us that has its own little
Pond.
pond, but it's always dirty. Like it's
Well,
never
it's
looked right to
it's
me.
always brown
Yeah, or some
or
or
green.
odd green.
Yeah.
Like something's growing out of it. It probably is, but so
Yeah.
not that, but something nice to look at or a water feature of some type. So that's our criteria. So if you have recommendations, please let us know. Right?
Or if you just want us to move into your empty beach house and don't charge us any rent
Oh, do we
for
have
the
friends
rest of
like that?
yeah, that'll work. Well, I'll be the caretaker. I'll be the
Well, you
caretaker.
are a really good handyman.
Yeah, I'll be the caretaker. That's it.
Do we have
So
friends like that?
if you have a beach house and you need somebody to stay in it and be the caretaker, and you only want to stay in the house a few weeks a year, so we'll go on vacation somewhere else while you stay in your house. That'll work,
That would
and
work.
then we'll come back.
That would work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get to our second segment that we call.
I'm trying to help you.
Ooh.
Well, we actually need the advice. Help! Help us.
We're trying to help you to help us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, we need some help. So, help us figure this out.
Help us figure this out. But on a serious note, for people who are also trying to figure it out, I actually am better with giving advice,
Yeah.
instead of figuring it out for myself. But, you know, talk it out like we do. We talk
Yeah.
about this often.
So we have some friends of ours that are moving out of the country. They're leaving the country and they're moving to another country. And they had many reasons
Good
for
reasons.
that.
Very good reasons.
But some of it was, the same reasons we have for wanting to change up. Healthcare. So the country
Better healthcare.
they're
Yeah.
moving to has cheaper healthcare and better healthcare. So that's one thing. The cost of living where they're going to move is cheaper, and I think they're initially getting a apartment, but they're also going to have a boat
For
that's-
guests.
for guests.
Like, sign me up.
And the boat is large enough for them to live on if they wish to.
Sign me up.
So they have figured out how to, have a better quality of life, by doing that. But
Instead of the hustle and bustle.
yes, but they are willing to take
And
the
they're-
steps.
they're in a
Sold their
place where-
homes. They each one of them had 2 homes. They sold their homes.
Right.
all
And they
that.
they also went for safety reasons. They feel, because the rules are different where they're the laws are different where they're going. They
Yeah,
feel
like
safer.
there's
No guns.
Yeah, the citizens don't own guns unless it's, I think, for hunting,
Right.
maybe. Yeah.
Right. But not people. I just need to say that. I also want to say hello shout out to Caverna, Alice-Ann. How are you, Alice-Ann? I hope you're doing well. The last time I was at Caverna, I saw her and we talked.
well,
That was
cool.
wonderful. That was fun.
That is cool. That is cool.
Yep.
Excellent.
And for those of you who don't know, Caverna was my school, high school, and elementary.
Excellent.
Yep. So anyway, shout out. So I also think that we should talk about regarding advice. I think we should talk about the things to consider that would make your life better. So for us, it's a simpler way of life, more cost-effective living, right?
Uh-huh.
For the couple that you were just talking about, you gave all of those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things that make people feel they're having a better life. So, for example, something as simple as, I don't have to go into a day job. Whether it's
Well, how
retirement
would
or you're
how would
wealthy
you
enough to
make
do
your-
it.
Yeah, how would
you
you
know.
make your money?
Well, I don't, the thing about people is, we're all have the ability to do more than one thing in life, right? So many of us,
I only know how to do one thing.
that's not true.
That's it.
That is
Podcast.
absolutely not true.
Podcast. I'm right. That's
That is
all,
not
that's
the only thing you know
only
to do.
thing I know
You
how
made
to do.
this wall art behind me with my
it's-
childhood piano. So you know how to do that.
It's
You're a
the-
great handyman.
I'm right. It's the
You know how to
only thing I know how to do.
That is not true. I don't know why you're saying that. Nobody believes you. Nobody.
That's it.
That is not it.
That's it.
That is not it. But I
Okay.
think that most people earn their living doing things that they least like to do. I think that's why so many people don't like their jobs.
But
They
people-
just know how to do it.
yeah, but people,
And they found they could make money doing it. But it's not necessarily the thing that brings them the most joy.
yeah, but people have to live. They have to
But maybe
keep a
there's a
roof
way to
over their
turn,
head.
people often talk about turning your passion into profit. So maybe that's a better way of life, is figuring out how to do that.
Yeah. But there are professional house sitters.
Yes, we know some.
Yes.
Or at least one person we know that does that.
Yes. So some people have changed their whole lifestyle by becoming a professional house sitter. And you can house sit not only in the country, but throughout the world. So if you set everything up properly, you can travel the world and kind of get paid to stay somewhere,
That's not bad.
which is not bad, and from what I hear, occasionally there's a time where maybe one house, you're going to sit at this house, but then there's a 2-week span before you house sit at the next one, and in that case they just get a hotel. So a hotel for 2 weeks and you're into the next home. And you might be in a tropical destination. You might be in the mountains. You might be in a city that you want to go to. So that's an option. I mean,
It is.
I don't think it's for us.
Well,
But-
I don't think we could do it for long, but to me it's a great way to travel if we want to go to the French Riviera, let's say.
Yeah,
But we don't have like Monaco money or something.
right.
Maybe we can find someone's castle or something to live in.
Yeah, and then some
Country,
people become
coastal side house.
Yeah, and some people
Villa.
become full-time RVers.
Yes.
Now, a full-time RVer is exactly what it sounds like. They live in that RV, but they travel throughout the country. And a lot of people have worked it out where they set up to work at different campsites throughout the country. So they have routed themselves out throughout the year. So they'll go, let's say, to Florida and work at a campsite for a month. And then they don't have to pay any campsite fees. And they also get a little pay also. So then after a month or so, they move on to the next destination and do the same thing, which is kind of cool too, because you can go to, a lot of great places and meet new people. So that's pretty cool. So I like that. I don't think we're going to do that either.
Well,
but we do want an RV, but
We
I
do
don't
want
think
an
we're
RV.
going to be full-time
and-
RVers.
But there are some full timers who don't leave. That's just where they live.
Yeah, that's different.
But it's because they want a simpler
so-
life.
But
like they
those
want
aren't.
fewer,
But they're not considered to be full-time RVers.
even though that's their home.
Yes, they live in their RV, which is different, but they don't take it anywhere. They park it, and that's it. They don't drive it anywhere. It'll stay at the same spot for years.
I could do that if we did it like Big Boy has a business where where he like pimps out the RV. That would be cool.
Okay.
I could live in it if I had one of those.
You'd get tired of it, I'm sure.
Well, I do need space as long as it's big. If it's big, like when we were in Louisville, we saw the two Prevosts for whatever country music star that was, and those were nice. Those were huge.
And
I didn't see the inside even.
And they don't even live in them.
Well, that's true. They only travel in them.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well,
Shall we get to our last segment?
sure, Jill. Let's get to our last segment.
All right. It's what we call, Hey.
Did you hear about this? I still think we should change that to hear about that. Did you hear about that?
One day I'm
Hear
gonna
about
play
that?
that in the show, and it's gonna be exactly what he just said, and I'll be like, "That's different."
Yeah, because I make the graphics. I make the
Yeah,
graphics.
he'll
so
sneak
I
it
might
in
just
one day.
Change it one day to
Yep.
hear about that.
I would not be surprised. Okay, this is the segment where I find a survey or a study about the topic. So I found a BBC report from this year talking about the best ways to live a better life, the things that people consider when they want to live a better life.
Okay.
So at the top of that list, it said, and it's all the things you should focus on to make your life better. At the top of, well, actually in no particular order, was sleep. Focus
Sleep.
on your sleep.
Sleep.
It says you can live a better life if you get better sleep.
Is that a healthier life or a better life?
Better. You disagree?
I mean, healthier, more alert, all of that, but not sure that better sleep is going to make for a better life.
Well, some people, life passes them by.
And do I see someone else just popped in the audience?
It's Isaac from
Isaac,
McAllister. Yeah, Mac in the house.
Yo,
Isaac.
Isaac, what's up? It's good to see you here. All right.
So so they mention sleep because some people they just kind of sleep through life. So if you're more alert, you'll notice things about the beauty of life,
So then less sleep so they don't sleep through life. How about that? Party, party, party.
Well, there's that. They also talked about focusing on your mind, and by that they meant do things that improve your cognitive and problem-solving abilities.
Or meditate.
Well, that's part of it. That's under soul. Meditation is under soul. And also under soul is helping others because, people,
Oh,
feel better when they help others, but not to the detriment of where, they don't do self-care. Also body. So you mentioned health.
yeah.
When you focus on your health and moving more,
Right?
you feel better.
Yeah.
Also, if you focus on your hobbies and interests, we've already talked
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Focusing on
I
your
do
passions.
that. I try to do
And
that.
then I need a
Yeah.
drum roll, please. 'Cause
Yeah, I think I see. I'm looking at. I'm reading your notes.
Well, don't read my notes. You're not supposed to know either. The biggest thing on the list was focus on your relationships, but they went a step further and said focus on your intimate and sexual relationships.
Yeah, I think it says sex.
That is not what it says.
Sex. Let me see that paper. Yeah. Sex.
not what it says.
Sex. More sex. That's what it says. More sex. Have more sex. And all your troubles will be over.
I have a lot to say about that, but that's a whole other episode.
Sex. Will
Okay.
solve all your problems.
It may or may not.
Yeah.
It may or may not. All right. On that note, let's talk about what's coming up. You get to talk.
Oh man, I get to talk. Ooh. So we're out of time. We're out of time. So we want to remind you, check out I'm Right every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch that right through JillCoxCordova.com or watch it on Facebook and YouTube. Also, check out my show, Poetic People Fighting Racism, and that's every other Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to knowtobestill.com/ podcast to check that out. And the next show is this coming Saturday.
Oh, what's it about?
I don't know. but we'll find out.
Okay. All right. And
Yes.
Isaac, we love you guys. We love you too.
Yes.
We love you too. We love all of you.
Love you all. And we really
Hey.
mean that.
We really do.
Yes. Okay, so is this it, show? Jill, we're getting out of the show?
We're done
All right.
for tonight.
Well, till next week.
Till next
or
time.
till Saturday when you come to Poetic People Fighting Racism with me.
And I'm there too. I'm just not on camera.
Yeah, she's the producer.
I'm the producer.
Yeah, she keeps me straight.
The puppet master.
You know it. Huh?
Anyway,
You're not my puppet
time to go.
All right. Love you
Bye.
all.
Love you.
Bye.